Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all for today's live phone-in program. This series of program is organized by the Tele Center for Persons with Communication Disorders at All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, Mysuru. The All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, popularly known as AISH, is a pioneer national institute under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Hearing aid is a small electronic device which amplifies the surrounding sounds and helps the person with hearing impairment to hear sounds better and understand speech more clearly. Hearing aids are extremely important for individuals with hearing impairment. It is essential to know about the common hearing aid problems so that hearing aid users can manage them more effectively. Today's program will focus on troubleshooting of hearing aids. I am Darga Baba Fakhruddin, working as an audiologist grade 1 in the Department of Audiology at AISH. I will be the moderator for today's session. Today we have with us two experts as resource persons who will be answering your queries and give you a lot of information and tips on troubleshooting of hearing aids. I would like to introduce the subject experts for today's program. We have with us Mr. Manohar N., Reader and Head Department of Electronics at AISH. His areas of expertise include design and development of AAC devices, analog and digital signal processing, and hearing aid technology. Welcome you, Mr. Manohar N.
Thank you, sir.
We also have with us Dr. Rama Devi Srinivas, Audiologist Grade 1, Department of Audiology at AISH. Her areas of expertise include hearing aids, electroacoustic measurements of hearing aids, and real ear measurements. Welcome you, Dr. Rama Devi Srinivas.
Thank you, sir.
Remember, this is a live program and our resource persons are here with us to answer all your questions. You can reach us by dialing this number 0821 250 2530. The number is also displayed on the screen. I once again welcome you all for today's live phone in program. Let me begin the program. As we know, the topic is troubleshooting of hearing aids. So, Dr. Ramadevi, can you please tell us what is troubleshooting of hearing aids?
Troubleshooting means shooting the trouble, rectifying the problem. Troubleshooting is a systematic approach to solve a problem. Troubleshooting of a hearing aid means finding out the defect when a hearing aid does not function as it should and trying to find a solution for the problem. During daily usage of hearing aid users they come across various problems. Uh, Once the problems are identified, we can try to find a solution.
So, before going detailed into the troubleshooting of hearing aids, we will know something about hearing aids. Mr. Manoharan, can you please tell us what are the different parts of an hearing aid?
Well, before I start talking about the different parts of the hearing aid, let me tell you how the hearing aid will work. Our hearing aid will work as good as a public address system. Uh, Probably the audience might be knowing what is this public address system because of the popularity of the reality shows these days. Well, the public address system has got three components. Basically, the elementary part of this public address system comprise of three parts. The first one is the microphone, okay, and the other part at the other end will be having a speaker. In between these two parts, we will be having an amplifier which will go unnoticed usually. So somewhere in the corner of the room, the technician will be controlling this particular amplifier. Okay, these three parts comprises and forms a public address system. Now I will tell you something that conversion of energy from one form to another form is a great idea of this human existence. Okay, and he has also succeeded in it, and This leads to a greater innovation and research in engineering and technology. In fact, this conversion of energy from one form to another form has been used in this public address system. Because what happens if I want to address some audience, if I started talking, probably I may reach to 12 to 13 or 12 to 15 feet of the audience who are sitting in front of me. If I put a bit more energy, I can reach out to 20-25 yards. Okay, but beyond that I cannot reach. Whatever the energy I put and whatever the voice modulation I can do, yet I cannot reach beyond this 25 yard. So in that situation, the human being has come up with this idea that conversion of energy from one form to another form. So what he did, he has come up with this microphone. The microphone which is in front of my mouth, what it will do, it will pick up my audio signal from my mouth and it will convert it into electrical signal. Once my audio signal got converted into electrical signal, this electrical signal is under our control. You can do wonders once it is comes to your control. So the same thing is happening here. Once it is converted into electrical signal, this electrical signal will be given to this amplifier. So I have already said somewhere in the corner of the room, the technician will be controlling this particular amplifier. So this amplifier, if you just go and open the dictionary and try to find out the meaning of this amplifier, it says the one which magnifies, the one which increases the strength. The same thing it will do here. It will increases the strength of this electrical signal. Of course, this electrical signal is the direct replica of your audio signal, the voice which is coming out of your mouth. So this electrical signal has been again transferred to the speaker or a receiver. This receiver will function exactly opposite to your microphone. So here the speaker, what it will do, it will convert your electrical signal back to audio signal. So your public address system basically has got three parts: microphone, amplifier and a receiver. Okay, you shrink all these three items and you keep it in a small box, you will get a hearing aid.
Now we'll move to. Can you please tell us what are the different styles of hearing aids, Dr. Rama?
There are different styles of hearing aid. One is, this is the BT hearing aid. This goes behind the ear and this is connected to a tubing, that is to the mold. So usually ear molds are made by taking ear impression of the client. So this is a behind the hearing aid which goes behind the ear. This ear mold goes inside the ear. This is one type of hearing aid. Another style of hearing aid is receiver in the canal hearing aid. Here in this portion, the microphone and the amplifier will be there, and this is connected to the receiver through a receiver cable, and this receiver sits in the ear canal of the ear with the help of the ear dome. Another type of hearing aid is in the canal hearing aid. This is in the canal hearing aid,
Let's
which goes
pick
in
the
the.
call.
Okay.
Afterwards, we'll continue the discussion. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the live phone-in program. Hello, madam. Can you ask question?
Yes, sir. Can I ask in Kannada or English?
Anything.
Any language.
Any
We
language
are,
you
good
feel.
with English as well as Kannada.
Okay, sir. ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಷಿನ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅದನ್ನ.
ಓಕೆ.
ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಹಾಕಿರೋದು ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈಗ 2-3 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಹಾಕಿ, ಬಟ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಡೌಟು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ನಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಷಿನ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು.
Okay. So this question will be answered by Dr. Rama.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಮ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಸೊ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 8 ತಿಂಗಳು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಎಮ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ. ಸೊ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ once in 6 months ಹೊಸ ಎಮ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನಂದರೆ ಕಿವಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಮ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಿವಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಲೂಸ್ ಫಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಹೊಸ ಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಮೇಡಮ್? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಯಾವುದು ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತನಾ?
ಹಾ ಹಾ
ಏನಂದರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಬಿ ಟಿ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ದಿನಾಲು ಆ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಲಗುವಾಗ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ತೆಗೆದಿಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ತೆಗಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಈ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ನ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆಲಿ ಒರೆಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಡ್ರೈ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾತ್, ಕಾಟನ್ ಕ್ಲಾತ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಒರೆಸ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ನೈಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸು ತುಂಬ ಹೊತ್ತು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. ಸೆಲ್ ತೆಗೆದಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ
ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆಲ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗಿರ್ಬಾರ್ದಂತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ಸು ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಒಳಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಗೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಈಗ 1 ಗಂಟೆ 2 ಗಂಟೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಓಕೆ. ಬಟ್ 5-6 ಗಂಟೆ 7-8 ಗಂಟೆ ರಾತ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಲಗುವಾಗ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಲೀಕೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಸೆಲ್ ತೆಗೆದಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಡ್ರೈ ಏಡ್ ಕಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಹ್ಯುಮಿಡಿಫೈಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಲಿಕಾ ಜೆಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಇಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ವಿತ್ ದ ಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು. ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಡಿಹ್ಯುಮಿಡಿಫೈಯರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋದು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಗುಗೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆಯಿತಾ? ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪೋರ್ಷನು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಿಷನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮಿಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದಿಡಬೇಕು, ನೀರು ಬೀಳಬಾರ್ದು ಮಿಷನ್ಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಡಸ್ಟು ಅಥವಾ ಹೀಟು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಪಕ್ಕ ಇಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಈಗ ಟೆಲಿವಿಷನ್ ಪಕ್ಕ ಅಥವಾ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಪಕ್ಕ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ನ ಇಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಪಕ್ಕ ಆ ಥರ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಧನದ ಪಕ್ಕ ಇಡದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳಿಸ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಜೋಪಾನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ತುಂಬ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನಾಯಿ ಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಡಬಾರ್ದು.
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಇದೇ ನೈಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ರಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಡೌಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಯಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಪ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಷ್ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಹಾಂ ಇಯಮೋಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬೋರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ದಿನ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬೋರ್ ಇರೋದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಶಬ್ದ ಏನು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಯಮೋಲ್ಡ್ನ ಈ ಬ್ರಷು ಮತ್ತು ವಯರು ಈ ಸಾಧನಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಜೊತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಇಯಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನೇನು ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಾರೆ, ಹೌದಾ ಮೇಡಮ್?
ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಯಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಏನು ಡಿಹ್ಯುಮಿಡಿಫೈಯರ್ ಕಿಟ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಕಲರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದರೆ ಈ ಡಿಹ್ಯುಮಿಡಿಫೈಯರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ಬೋದು. ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಹ್ಯುಮಿಡಿಫೈಯರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ನ ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರು ಅಥವಾ ಏನಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ತಮ್ಮ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಥೆರಪಿ ಬಹುಶಃ
ಅದು
ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅವಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾಳೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ. ನಾವು ಸೀಮಾ ಅಂತ ಕೂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ.
ಅದು ಥೆರಪಿ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಥೆರಪಿ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಓಕೆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್. Madam, we are discussing about different styles of hearing aids. So we were discussing about
in the canal hearing aid.
RAC is over, so now we'll go to in the canal custom-made hearing aids.
This is in the canal hearing aid. This sits in the canal of the hearing aid. These are not readily available. Ear impression of the person's ear is taken and then the hearing aids are made for the person's ear. We'll receive the phone call.
Yes, ma'am. We'll receive the phone call. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the live phone-in program. Sir, can you please ask what is your doubt?
मैंने अपना दादी को एक हेयरिंग एड लगाया था.
Okay, sir. बोलिए सर.
अभी उनको सुनाई नहीं देता है वो मशीन के बाद भी। पहले सुनता ही था, अभी
हाँ।
सुनाई नहीं देता बोलती है।
ओके, सो लगा कि कितने दिन हुआ मशीन?
तकरीबन 2 साल।
ओके, सो मशीन लगाने के बाद तो 2 साल से पहले अच्छे से सुनाई देता था?
हाँ, वो जब वो क्लिनिक पे लगाया था तब सुनाई दिया था।
ओके।
और उसके बाद भी सुनाई दिया। अभी 5-6 महीने से फिर से सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है।
ओके।
मिशन से आवाज आ रही है या नहीं आ रहा है?
आ रहा है, सुनाई दे रहा है उनको, लेकिन पहले जैसा सुनाई देता था उससे कम सुनाई देता है।
तो आपको एक और बार इवैल्यूएशन कराना पड़ेगा उनका, हियरिंग चेकअप।
हियरिंग लॉस ज़्यादा हो गया है या नहीं, हमें टेस्ट करके देखना है।
ठीक। हाँ, मैंने बैटरी भी चेंज किया था तब भी सुनाई नहीं दिया।
ठीक है, और उसके बारे में थोड़ा मैडम बताएंगे, रमा मैडम। नो। No.
I'll explain in English. It's
Yeah.
okay. See, if the sound is not loud
You can
enough,
just translate it later.
okay, if the sound is not loud enough, maybe the battery is weak. That time you can replace the cell. Otherwise, there might be like a problem of battery contact or broken switches may be there. If any of these problems are there, then it has to be sent for repair to the company.
मैंने वो गिरा ऐसा बैटरी का प्रॉब्लम शायद नहीं है, क्योंकि सुनाई दे रहा है। मैंने बैटरी भी चेंज किया था तब भी वो मतलब कम सुनाई दे रहा है।
Okay,
So,
so one more
evaluation
reason is,
Re-
okay, you can just check if the ear mold is clear. I mean, if the sound bore of the ear mold is blocked with wax, then also he will hear at a lesser loudness. So you can check for the ear mold.
वो जो एयर मोड बोले ना, वो मोड वो मैं एक्चुअली साफ करता था।
या
मतलब अभी हो गया काफी दिन साफ नहीं किया, लेकिन पहले करता था।
ओके, तो उसको साफ करके एक बार चेक कीजिए। अगर साफ करने के बाद भी नहीं सुनाई देता है तो एक बार उनका हियरिंग चेकअप भी करा के, एक एक बार क्या होता है, हियरिंग लॉस ज़्यादा होने पे भी सुनाई देना कम हो सकता है। और हियरिंग एड का वॉल्यूम भी आप चेक करके देखो कि वो अगर पूरा लो रहेगा तो भी कम सुनाई दे सकता है, उसको ऑप्टिमम वॉल्यूम में रखना पड़ेगा।
ठीक है सर, मैं एक बार फिर से चेक कर।
ओके, थैंक यू
मुझे
फॉर।
लगा मशीन का खराबी है।
ये मशीन का खराबी तो नहीं दिख रहा है क्योंकि आवाज़ आ रहा है मशीन से। एक बार आप हियरिंग चेकअप करा लीजिए।
ठीक है,
ओके, थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग।
धन्यवाद।
Madam, we are discussing about custom-made hearing aid, that is ITC. Can we continue with that?
Yeah, there is one more type of hearing aid that is completely in the canal hearing aid. Here, this is connected to a string. So, with the help of the string, the hearing aid is placed in the ear canal. It is called like it has got a good cosmetic appeal. So, usually clients prefer this type of hearing aid, but for everyone, we cannot give prescribe this kind of a hearing aid. If the loss is like mild to moderate, they can go for completely in the hearing aid. There is one more type, that is invisible hearing aid, that will be still smaller.
Okay.
That is IIC, we say.
Okay, is troubleshooting is different for different styles of hearing aids? Dr. Rama Madam, can you please elaborate it?
Actually, the concept of troubleshooting is similar for all styles of hearing aid. Only thing is, depending upon the features and the different parts, the steps we take up to do troubleshooting differs with different styles of hearing aid. For example, say this is a BTE, and if no sound is coming from this hearing aid, okay, no sound is coming from this hearing aid, then this ear mold might have been blocked. That is a possible cause, we can say. And then the solution is we have to clean the ear mold with the help of a brush or a wire. We can clean it up. But when there is no sound from an RIC hearing aid, this is an RIC hearing aid, then actually we have to change the wax guard. We can clean up the dome, or there is a wax guard here. So that wax guard can be changed. So the steps we take up to do troubleshooting is different for different styles of hearing aid.
Okay, some clients will give for hearing aids for repair. So we want to know what is hearing aid repair. Can you please tell Mr. Manohar?
Yes, sir. Repair is a very general term. When we purchase some items or products, if it is not working after some times, definitely we will take that particular product or item for the repair. When we start talking about hearing aid repair, we will consider it into two parts. Number one is a troubleshooting, and second one is, of course, it's a repair. Troubleshooting, as of course, Madam has already discussed in detail about troubleshooting. What are the steps you are supposed to take if at all if the hearing aid is not working. So repair will come after this after after this troubleshooting sequences. There is a checklist. Okay, if you complete all the checklist and even then your hearing aid is not working, then you are supposed to go for a hearing aid repair. This troubleshooting is something like we ourselves can do it. Any hearing aid user who has got elementary knowledge of this hearing aid technology can take up this troubleshooting and he can rectify all by himself. But when it comes to repair, uh, he or she should not open the hearing aid. Okay, so he is supposed to take this hearing aid to the technician or professional.
Let's take the call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Namaste.
Hello. Namaste. Welcome to the live phone-in program.
Yes, sir.
Yes, madam. Can you ask the question?
Yes, sir. ಹಲೋ
Hello, madam. ಕೇಳಿರಿ
ಹೇಳಿ madam,
ಹೇಳಿರಿ
ಹೇಳಿ
madam.
madam.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಶಿಲ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
Yes, madam.
ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗು ಭಗತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಇವಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ 2 ವರ್ಷ ಮೇಲೆ 8 ತಿಂಗಳು ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
Okay, madam.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಅವನು ಇಯರ್ ಲಾಸ್ 90% ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಇವಾಗ ಅವರು.
Okay, madam.
ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆಡಿಯೋಲಾಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಒಬ್ರು ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡು ತಗೋಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ.
Yes, madam.
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಅವನಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ.
Okay.
ಸೊ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ 1 ಮಂತ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಸೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಹಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Okay.
ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್ ಅವನು ಸೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು?
ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್.
ಏನಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಥೆರಪಿ ಈಗ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಲೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಥೆರಪಿ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಥೆರಪಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಏಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಮಗು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ 15 ಡೇಸ್ 1 ಮಂತ್ ಆದರೂ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಮಗು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಥವಾ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಹಾಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಮಗುಗೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ದಿಟ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಇದು ಮಗು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಥವಾ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಸರ್ ಹಲೋ.
ಹಲೋ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಹೇಳಿದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ತಾವು ಥೆರಪಿ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಅದು 1 ತಿಂಗಳು 2 ತಿಂಗಳು ಆದಮೇಲೆ ತಮಗೇನೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಥೆರಪಿ
ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಸರ್ ನಾವು.
ಆಯಿತು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಬನ್ನಿರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಥೆರಪಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಓಕೆ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೊ ಮಚ್.
Sir, we were discussing about repair of hearing aids.
Correct,
Can you
correct.
please continue on that?
Yes, as I was discussing. So when it comes to the question of repair, no hearing aid user or any individual should not open the hearing aid as it is. As I said already, troubleshooting can be done, but not the repair.
Yes.
He or she should take the hearing aid to the technician or skilled professional, because only the professional can identify where the problem persists. It may be in microphone, it may be in receiver, it may be in amplifier, or probably somewhere the circuit got disconnected. So there are many parameters where we are supposed to take care when we start working on this repair. Only the professional can take a call and he can start working on it. So our organization has got a separate section for it, hearing aid repair section. So any individual who has got any defect in his hearing aid, even after completing all the troubleshooting sequences, he can definitely walk in to our organization. He can just meet the technician at hearing aid repair section, and he can get his hearing aid repaired.
What are the different steps to follow by the hearing aid users so that their hearing aids last for longer duration and don't go for frequent repairs?
At Aish, when hearing aids are dispensed to the clients, we do counseling regarding care and maintenance of the hearing aid. Okay, like we tell them like after the daily usage at night times they have to take out the hearing aid and they should wipe the hearing aid with a dry cotton cloth. Okay, and then especially at night when they are not using the hearing aid, it will be for a longer duration. So they have to remove the cell also, and then the hearing aid has to be, that I already told you, like hearing aid should be placed in the dehumidifier box with the battery compartment open. So what happens is the moisture which is in the hearing aid will be absorbed by the dehumidifier kit. Okay, the silicone will absorb the moisture and keeps the hearing aid dry. And then the hearing aid should not be worn while bathing. And we say like we tell all the steps like what all it is means. Like they should not don't drop the hearing aid, or do not bang the hearing aid against any hard surfaces. Do not place the hearing aid near television sets or radio sets. Do not expose the hearing aid to X-rays. And then if the client has got discharging ears, you should not wear the hearing aid in that particular ear and consult the doctor immediately. And then they should keep the hearing aid away from pets and children, and it should not be exposed to X-rays. So many steps have to be followed, and they can actually, if the ear mold is blocked with the ear wax, they can clean it up with the brush. This is the brush, and with the wire also they can clean up this soundboard so that the soundboard is clear and the sound can go to the ear. And we can tell them about changing of domes also, like if the domes in an RAC hearing aid, if the domes become yellowish in color, or if it becomes hardened, or if there is a crack, then domes have to be replaced. So this is how the domes are replaced. The earlier dome, they can just pull off the dome and then take a new dome that should be fixed to the receiver, and then just gently press it, it gets fixed securely. So this is how the domes are changed. Okay, and then I'll just tell you about, for an RAC hearing aid, if the wax filter is clogged with the wax, then they can change the, with the help of, this is the wax guard. I'll just show you the wax guard also. This is the stick which has got new wax guard. The other end it is empty. So at this end where there is no wax guard, that can be used to take out the clogged wax filter. And then once that is removed, new wax guard, that is the other end, it has got a new wax guard. This has to be placed to the receiver. So this is how we change the wax guards for an RAC hearing aid. And then avoid using hair care products such as like oil, spray and all when the hearing aid is in position. So if you take like follow all these steps, we can take good care of the hearing aids and it will last long. And the hearing aid users, they have to consult the audiologist regularly and they have to send the hearing aid periodically.
Okay. So, how often we should give hearing aid for servicing? Mr. Manohar, can you please tell us?
Yes, again, when we start talking about servicing, I'll tell you again, there are two types. The servicing done by the hearing aid user. Rama Devi madam has clearly pointed out and she has shown all the steps to be taken care while you are servicing yourself. That is first thing. So second thing is servicing with the company. Okay. So while we issue the hearing aid, we will just give all the details of the hearing aid, how to use it and how to maintain it and all. So once in a 6 months, it is always better to give for a servicing with the company. Apart from the service what you are taking care, apart from the maintenance what you are doing, better to give a servicing once in a 6 months with the company.
What measures the institute has taken to help economically backward clients with regard to purchase of hearing aids, Dr. Rama?
Aish has launched hearing device dispensing unit in 2006. Under this unit, hearing aids are dispensed to clients at a discounted rate. Usually, this discount ranges from 40 to 60% when compared to the MRP price. See, in addition to this, there is a facility to avail funds from Client Welfare Fund. There are some terms and conditions to avail these funds. However, if these terms and conditions are fulfilled, clients can get additional discount of 40%. That is, this 40% of the cost of the hearing aid is borne by the institute, and the client has to bear 60% of the cost of the hearing aid.
So apart from that, I can also add something here. Department of Electronics in All India Institute of Speech and Hearing will
Let me pick the call. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the live phone-in program.
जी सर, मैं ये हेयरिंग एड के बारे में पूछना चाहता हूँ।
पूछिए सर, बताइए सर।
ये फीडबैक आता है बहुत, मतलब कि टी साउंड आता है इसमें।
ओके सर, फीडबैक आता है। ओके, रमा मैडम will answer this question.
See, this feedback is because of a few reasons. For example, if there is an ill-fitting ear mold, if the mold is not fitting properly, that means they have to get the new mold made. And then sometimes the ear mold is not inserted properly in the ear. So they should take out the mold and place it properly in the ear. And one more thing, the volume may be set very high. So it should be, the volume setting should be at the recommended level. And also if there is any split or hole in the tubing of the ear mold, then also there will be a whistling sound. So they have to look for all this. Sometimes there may be a crack in the ear hook of the hearing aid also, if it's a BTE. So all these things have to be checked once.
सर, आपको इंग्लिश समझ में आया है?
जी, समझ रहा हूँ मैं।
समझ रहे हैं, ओके ओके।
सर,
तो
एक और बात पूछना चाहता हूँ कि
हाँ सर, पूछिए सर।
इसका मतलब हेयरिंग एड से मतलब जितना ज्यादा बेनिफिट नहीं होता क्या? क्योंकि ये हेयरिंग एड लगा के भी
हाँ सर,
तो मतलब कि उसको लिप रीडिंग का जरूरत पड़ता है, मतलब पीछे से घूम के बोलेंगे तो
How
नहीं
old is the
समझेगा।
client?
सर उम्र कितना है सर बच्चे का?
सर 10 साल है, 10 साल।
10 साल है। तो आपने पहली बार कब लगाए थे हियरिंग एड?
ये करीब 5 साल हो गया।
5 साल, ओके, 5 साल की उम्र से लगाए थे।
जी जी।
ओके, थेरेपी कंटिन्यूस ले रहे हैं आप?
हाँ, थेरेपी ले रहे हैं, आईसी ले रहे हैं।
ओके, मैडम बताएंगे आपको।
See, what happens is the listening training has to begin. If from the beginning, after the child has started wearing hearing aid, if he has before that, he would have learned to lip read. So he will continue that unless listening training is given and we insist the child to listen. The child will go on continue lip reading. So once that easier thing they learn, they will not try to listen fully. So that is because of the training. So the child should undergo listening training and insist on like auditory mode of listening.
सर, ये लिसनिंग ट्रेनिंग कैसे मतलब होगा? ये तो
No, are you visiting Aish for training or
no madam, I am taking speech therapy online.
online? Okay, okay. Are you taking speech therapy from the listening training unit online or from speech language therapy unit?
No madam, only speech language therapy.
So you can enroll for listening training for in a virtual mode also you can enroll. Then they'll tell you how you should train the child. Okay.
Auditory alone.
So that the child will focus more on or like listening.
Is it available on online mode?
Yeah, it is available.
It's available.
So whom will I have to contact?
Audiology.
You contact the institute and ask them to connect it to listening training unit.
Okay madam.
In the website you will get all the details of the phone number and all. आपको एक बार वेबसाइट जाइए, वेबसाइट जाके वहाँ पर कॉन्टैक्ट अस बोल के एक है, वहाँ पर आपको नंबर मिलेगा। आप कांटेक्ट कीजिए ऑडियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट, आपको सारे के सारे इन्फॉर्मेशन वहाँ पर मिलेगा आपको।
ओके सर, ठीक है।
Okay. आपका डाउट क्लियर हो गया है?
हाँ सर, ठीक।
ओके, थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग.
थैंक यू।
Sir, we were discussing
Yes,
about
I was talking, I was continuing with
Kumar, sir.
Ramaji madam with respect to what are all the measures we have taken for the economically weaker section.
backwards.
So I would like to add something like the Department of Electronics in All India Institute of Speech and Hearing will conduct free hearing aid repair camp every year, probably in the month of November and December. So any hearing aid user can just walk in to this particular camp and he can get his hearing aid serviced and repaired free of cost. So usually we'll be inviting around 5 to 6 different hearing aid companies in this particular camp, and this camp will run for 5 days. 1 week, 1 week free hearing aid repair camp, and each hearing aid company will be having their own stalls. So the hearing aid user can accordingly walk into the respective stalls, and he or she can just tell the service person what all the problems and all, and they can get their hearing aid serviced free of cost.
So now technology has improved. So hearing aids are coming with special features like Bluetooth, and most of the clients will ask questions like if they use Bluetooth feature in the hearing aid, it may drain battery. Mr. Manohar.
Yeah, definitely yes, because whenever this technology has intervened in any of the entity, it has to balance. It will give both advantages as well as disadvantages. Definitely, this Bluetooth is a wonderful technology, wonderful invention in this hearing aid technology. Yet, the battery will drain faster, because anything which is wireless needs more energy to perform its particular operation. So definitely when you start using this Bluetooth, your battery will get drained sooner and faster. So these days the technology, as you are telling, the technology has advanced, and there are different hearing aid companies. You can directly use this hearing aid as a Bluetooth. So sometimes what happens, you need to have a particular app, that company app, in order to use as a Bluetooth. But there are different hearing aid companies where you need not to load or have their particular app. It will directly work as a Bluetooth. But definitely the battery will get drained.
Some of the anytime hearing aid users will find like hearing aid is giving some muffled output. Why this muffled output will come from hearing aid? Can you please tell Dr. Rama?
This muffled sound from the hearing aid is because of wax accumulation on the microphone or on the ear mold. So, like whenever I told, like if wax is accumulated in the ear mold, we can clean it up. And even when there's wax accumulation on the microphone opening, we have to clean it up with a brush. Then that muffled sound will go. We can overcome that.
What can damage a hearing aid? Mr. Manohar, can you?
Yeah, there are a lot many parameters which will damage the hearing aid. And one common thing is when it is fallen down on a hard surface, definitely the hearing aid will get damaged. Apart from that, we have to take care whenever the children are using, and age-old people are using this particular hearing aid. There is a chance of dipping this hearing aid in the liquid or in a water. Probably sometimes the sweat which will enter inside the circuit of the hearing aid. When it is not maintained properly, while distributing the hearing aid, we will provide the user manual. So any individual who is using this hearing aid should adhere to this guidelines. So if it is not maintained properly, definitely, it will get damaged.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Live phoning program.
Yes, ma'am. Can you please ask your doubt?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I was just seeing that you were giving information on hearing aid care. Actually,
Yes, ma'am.
my grandfather is using a hearing aid, but the thing is that the mold is, we are not able to use the mold for long. Like there's a lot of wax.
Yeah.
So is there like a way around it? Like, is there any other option that we can choose?
Yes, yes. Mr. Dr. Rama Madam will answer this.
Uh, See, he can, if he is feeling very uncomfortable, or one thing is, he can get his ears cleaned every now and then, like once in 3 months or once in 6 months. Once they start using the ear molds, wax production also will be more. So he can get the ears cleaned. With the ear mold, if it gets clogged with wax, it can be cleaned. Every day, if they clean it up, it will not accumulate. This ear mold, wax will not get accumulated in the soundbore of the ear mold. So that is one option. If they don't want to use the ear mold, like they can go for a ear tip. Even the wax gets clogged even in the ear tip also. That problem will be there. So only thing is they can go to an ENT professional, get wax removed every now and then, like once in 3 months or something like that.
Okay, so like the thing is, it gets very itchy and then the skin is reacting, and
Okay.
so
Some people are allergic to the ear molds, so they can get the hard molds. Is he using a behind the ear hearing aid?
yes, yes. I mean, it's slightly like a huge one behind his ear with the tube going in the like to the mold.
Okay. He can use the ear tip if he feels very uncomfortable with the ear mold, or if it is a shell mold, he can get a canal mold made for the hearing aid. He can try that. That will not be like very uncomfortable.
So do I talk to the same doctor that gave us did the hearing testing about this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So like the modification that whatever you
Yeah, whatever mold he has got, he can bring it so that the same mold can be converted into a canal mold. We can try out that. Like before the client goes for a ear tip, one more modification of the ear mold can be tried.
Okay.
I think your doubt has been cleared.
Yes.
Thank you for calling. Sir, we are discussing about what the
how
thing
the hearing aid will get
get
damaged.
damaged. Yeah, we'll continue on that.
Yeah, that's what. When it is fallen on harder surface, when it is not maintained properly, when it is dipped in a water or any liquid, there are a lot many parameters, physical parameters, and all those things will lead to the damage in hearing aid that we have to take care. So any individual who is using this hearing aid should adhere to the guidelines what will provide while issuing the hearing aids. There will be a user manual, there will be a guidelines, and apart from that, we'll also counsel how to use, how to utilize both its troubleshooting and all. So we have to take care of it, and we should maintain it properly.
What to do if hearing aid stops working? Dr. Rama, can you please explain?
See, if there is no sound from a hearing aid, there may be many reasons for it. The hearing aid may not be in the on position. So, hearing aid should be kept in on position. That is, after closing the battery compartment properly, hearing aid is to be switched on. Or if at all by mistake, if they have put it to the telephone program, then also they will not be able to hear. So if there is no sound at all, they can they can just change the volume control using an app. If there are apps, they can increase or decrease the volume, see if it makes any difference. You can change the program, and if it makes any difference. And then if there is battery leakage, they have to replace the battery. If it's low battery, they have to change the battery. And then there may be like broken switches or battery contact problems. If there's a battery contact problem, they can just check if they have used a proper size battery has been used or not. And then battery should be inserted correctly. Otherwise, like they have to flip it up and then again put the battery properly. And one more reason for sound not coming from the hearing aid may be because clogging of the wax in the ear mold. That is also there. Or sometimes the tubing of the ear mold may get twisted or kinked. In that case also there won't be any sound. So these reasons can be checked. We can find out what is the reason for sound not coming from the hearing aid. So proper, like we can check for all these and then rectify the problem.
Does the cold weather affect hearing aid battery's life, Mr. Manohar? Can you
Yeah,
explain us?
definitely, yes. After all, the battery is a chemical formation. When it is mixed with moisture or a water drop, definitely it will the quality of the battery or the lifetime of the battery will come down. So we have to take care while maintaining the battery as well. Ramadevi madam has already talked about what we are supposed to do before we go asleep. We need to separate the hearing aid from the battery. You need to keep the hearing aid in the dry kit and battery in separate dry box.
Mr. Manohar, one question has come.
From
Why
Facebook.
from the Facebook they're asking a question saying why the battery leakage is there.
In the hearing aids.
Yeah, battery leakage probably sometimes the manufacturing defect will also matter. We cannot assure the battery what we are getting is correct or not. That is one reason, and sometimes there will be a loose contact. Okay, so that is also one reason why the battery will get leaked. And when the battery is kept in a compartment for longer duration, that also will lead to a battery leakage. That is what I was talking about. Before you go for a sleep, definitely you need to separate the battery as well as the hearing aid, and you need to keep it separately. So probably these three reasons will lead to the battery leakage.
And what to do if hearing aid works intermittently? Dr. Rama, can you please explain us?
This intermittent working may be because of the broken switches or battery contact problems. So, if the battery contact, if they have not used a proper size battery, they can place a correct size battery. Even then, if the battery contact is not okay, then it should be sent for repair. And if there are broken switches or loose switches, then also there will be intermittent working. Sometimes, like if the sound channel is blocked with the wax, that time also we come across this kind of a problem.
And why does hearing aids keep switching on and off? Can you please explain, Mr. Manohar?
Yeah, there are lot many parameters why there is a intermittent working of this hearing aid. Basically, the moisture, on the humid in the air, will also impact on the working principle of your hearing aid. It will, get into the hearing aid circuit. There will be a short circuit. Yeah,
Take the phone call. Hello,
Hello.
welcome to the live phone-in program. Sir, can you please ask your queries?
हाँ हाँ सर क्या हिंदी में बता सकते हैं?
हाँ सर, आप हिंदी में बता
बोलिए सर।
सकते हैं सर, बोलिए सर।
सर मेरा नाम मनोज शर्मा है और मेरे दादाजी जो है वो मशीन यूज करते हैं कान की लगाने वाली।
यस सर।
तो अक्सर ये दिक्कत होती है कि उनको पहनने में दिक्कत आती है, उनको मतलब अच्छे से कैसे पहनना कभी कभी पता नहीं चलता है। तो कई बार मशीन लगती है सुनाई देता है, कई बार नहीं सुनाई देता है। तो इसके रिगार्डिंग आप कुछ बता सकते हैं
सर
क्या?
वो कौन सा मॉडल यूज करें सर, जैसे कान के पीछे वाला मशीन है या कान के अंदर लगाने वाला मशीन है?
वो कान के अंदर वाला मशीन यूज कर रहे हैं, छोटा वाला।
छोटा वाला, ठीक है सर। आपके क्वेश्चन को डॉक्टर रमा मैडम आंसर करेंगे।
धन्यवाद सर।
I think he's using in the canal hearing aid.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's having problems while inserting and
Inserting.
taking out the hearing aid. So usually there will be a string. And so
Yes, ma'am.
this is in the canal hearing aid. It has got a string. So the person can hold the string and insert the hearing aid. He can pull his pinna, that is the outer ear, like backwards and upwards, and slightly gently this can be inserted in with the help of a string. So that should not, then it will easily, the hearing aid will easily can be placed in the ear canal.
सर आपको समझ में आया है इंग्लिश में?
हाँ सर, थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ गए हैं।
ठीक है।
आप एक
बार क्या है ना सर, आपका अंदर वाला मशीन है ना, तो उसमें आपको ऐसा वाला एक स्ट्रिंग दिखाई देगा, जहाँ पे दिख रहा है ना आपको, ऐसा वाला स्ट्रिंग है आपके हियरिंग एड में।
डोरी जैसा होता है।
हाँ, ये वाला स्ट्रिंग है ना नीचे आना है,
अच्छा अच्छा।
ये वाला स्ट्रिंग नीचे आना है, और ये जो कान रहता है ना इसको ऊपर खींचना होता है पहले, और बैकवर्ड खींच के इसको अंदर आराम से बिठाना है।
ओके। वो उनका जो रहता है ना वो ऊपर रख देते कभी कभी,
वो
नीचे
ऊपर
रहता है।
रहने से मुश्किल होता है, सीधा नहीं जाएगा। ये जो स्ट्रिंग है ना वो नीचे आना चाहिए,
ओके ओके।
तभी करेक्टली प्लेस होता है। अगर वो दोनों हियरिंग एड यूज कर रहे हैं कि एक यूज कर रहे हैं,
एक आदमी यूज कर रहे हैं।
एक ही कान में यूज कर रहे हैं ना, तो उनको राइट लेफ्ट का डिफरेंस नहीं पता चलने की जरूरत भी नहीं है। तो ये वाला स्ट्रिंग नीचे लगा के लगाने से आ जाएगा आराम से, एक बार ट्राई कीजिए।
ओके सर, धन्यवाद।
हाँ धन्यवाद, आपका डाउट क्लियर हो गया समझता हूँ। धन्यवाद कॉल करने के लिए। ओके सर, अभी वर talking
Yeah, we are
why
talking about why
the
there will be an intermittent working condition of the hearing aid.
yes
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. Probably the moisture
sir.
getting inside the hearing aid, it will disturb the working principle of the circuit. Sometimes there will be a loose contact. The battery will not be get in contact with the terminals, battery terminals. That is also one reason why there will be an intermittent, working function of the hearing aid. And then corroded battery terminals.
Corroded battery.
And also I can tell you the lousy battery quality will also leads to this intermittent working of hearing aids.
I think we can add it as a moisture also sometimes.
Yeah, moisture, definitely, yes. There are different areas, like if you go to coastal and all, the humidity will be more.
Yes.
So in such situations, there is there is a chance of moisture getting into the hearing aid. That will definitely impact on the working of hearing aid, and it will lead to intermittent working of the machine.
So we have almost come to end of today's program. Before concluding, I request the resource persons to share their views and give a take-home message to the audience. So Dr. Rama, can you please give a take-home message for the audience?
Hearing aid users, they are using hearing aids which is very expensive. So they should take good care of the hearing aids. Once they take care of the hearing aids, it will last long and they can get the optimum benefit from the hearing aid. So I have just given the information regarding how to take care of the hearing aids. And not only that, if they come across any minor problems, like for example, common reasons like there is no sound from the hearing aid, or distorted sound, or intermittent sound, or muffled sound, any problem if they encounter, like what all has to be done. So they can try out all those and rectify the problem. If at all it cannot be rectified, they can go and consult an audiologist. As Mr. Manohar has said, like the clients should not repair the hearing aid by themselves. They can just follow the steps to do troubleshooting and try to rectify the problems. So if there are any minor problems, they can rectify themselves so that there won't be any hassle of going to a professional for trivial problems. So,
Okay. Mr. Manohar, can you please give a take-home message for the audience?
Yes, I have got around 3 to 4 points where I just want to share with the audience. The very first thing is All India Institute of Speech and Hearing as a unique program, what we call it as a diploma in hearing aid and ear mold technology. So this is around 10 to 11 months of program where we are going to teach the students about what is hearing aid, how does it work, what all the different components of the hearing aid, how to go for troubleshooting and how to repair. All these factors will be covered in this particular course, and it is around 10 to 11 months. Any student who has completed his +2 with the subject of physics and electronics can opt this program. He or she has to write an entrance exam, and once they clear it, they can get an admission to this particular program. We will admit 25 students for this program every year. Because this is a very unique program, I will tell you, and this is one reason why we are all in demand most of the time. Because if you go to the market, you can find fridge repair centers, TV repair centers, and all. But seldom we find this hearing aid repair center, right? And every year, probably 78% of hearing aid users are accumulating. So this is very, very good course, a very prospective course the students can opt it. And I really urge all the audience to look into the website and try to understand about this DHAET, that is Diploma in Hearing Aid and Ear Mold Technology, and they can join to this course. Once they complete this particular course, as I said, they can start their own repair centers, or they can join to different hearing aid company as a hearing aid technician. So that is first thing. And secondly, I have already discussed about this hearing aid repair camp. Every year we will conduct a free hearing aid repair camp, and any individual can walk in to the respective stall and they can get their hearing aid serviced and repaired free of cost. And third point is we have a hearing aid repair section which will work under the Department of Electronics. So we started a program what we call it as WhatsApp, troubleshooting or online troubleshooting. We have a number. I'll just share the number of the hearing aid section, hearing aid repair section, because sometimes the hearing aid user probably he will be in different part of the country, cannot get accessed very easily. So he or she can directly call to this number and he can get assistance how to open the battery compartment, how to fix the ear hook, so on and so forth. They can also go for video call. There are many example as such. They are all very happy. The end users are very happy. So I just want to request all the audience to utilize this particular facility what we have in hearing aid repair section. Apart from that, last but not the least, whenever we issue the hearing aid to the hearing impaired, we will tell them that the hearing aid will come with 24 months of warranty, and then we will tell you please give it for servicing on 23rd month. This is a very tricky and very smart move. On 23rd month, there is a possibility of some of the component getting defective. So when they give their hearing aid for service to the company at 22nd or 23rd month, and if the hearing aid company finds some of the hearing aid components are getting defective, definitely they will replace it with a new one and they will send us back. So I request the audience to utilize this particular facility. That's all, sir.
I would like to thank both the resource persons for answering all the queries put forth. I hope it was helpful to all of you out there who participated in the program. Your feedback and suggestions are always welcome. For any queries and further assistance on tele-assessment and tele-management of ear or speech related problems, do contact us at 0821 250 2536 or mail us at aishtelecenter@gmail.com, or alternatively you can look into www.aishmysore.in for additional information and online appointments. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.
I just want to give the WhatsApp number of hearing aid repair section. Please note it down. It is 9141036296. I will repeat, 9141036296. Thank you.
Thank you.